Hey guys, how you doing? This is Sal Paniagua with Movie Mondays. Today, the scene that I'd like to talk about is the car chase scene from my short film Carlos Bravo. I've been prepping a new film, feature film called The Other Side, and in that process, I've kind of decided to review my short films that I've shot in the past and try to sort of take out as many lessons as I can. Uh, Carlos Bravo is a story about a man who is an acting coach, but secretly he runs something called Intelligentsia. And the Intelligentsia is a government, secret covert government agency where he trains people that look like jardineros, paleteros, maintenance men to be agents, and they basically get information. They might have to take out assets, but the idea is that we're playing against stereotypes. And Carlos Bravo is the man who founded Intelligentsia, and his whole life he's never wanted his son to get involved with the agency. It's kind of the classic immigrant story of, I don't want my son to have to do the stuff I did to get ahead. And in this scene, his handler has turned on him, and so now his son has sort of found out what's happening, and so they're in the process of one finding out his the son confirming what he's always suspected, but they're also being chased. And throughout his life, Carlos has trained his son on these secret missions that he said were for fun, but in fact were preparing him for what could be his future. And so here we are, car chase, and something that I've kind of, in the process of prepping for this film, been thinking about is how, in the direction process, there's two sides to prep. There's the what am I going to say to the actors, and there's what am I going to say to camera. And I think in this particular short film, I was very focused on what I'm going to tell to the camera. To a large degree, that comes from the fact that I'm a photographer, videographer, filmmaker for work, like my day job. And so I'm always thinking visually and what needs to happen with the camera. The actors, even though I prepped, I rehearsed, I talked about it, I feel like probably there could have been a lot more work in the subtext of the language. I felt like a space where I could really grow, and where I'm really going to use this in my new film is just how I talk to the actors. There is when I break down a scene, I'm incorporating some tools from my UCLA class where we're basically talking about what are the verbs for each scene, and the verbs tend to be subtext. And what are some images from the actor's personal experience. And I felt like that was something that I really didn't focus on with the actors, and I think I really could have pushed them to have a subtext that is counter to what the words are saying, especially even at the end. Because the thing is, right now, my verb was to he was to accuse, or it was definitely a more hostile gesture when he says don't get lost. But I think what it could have been, the verb there, compliment, praise. And so he could have said those words, but the subtext would have been to praise. The son could be still upset that dad can't say it, and it's such a universal feeling, right? That your dad just can't tell you you're awesome. So, that would have given the scene the what I was going for, right? That relationship of parent. Instead, he scolds him, and the actor rolls his eyes. But that's the direction I gave them, and I think that those little elements kind of played throughout the scene where I could have given it more texture, more realism, had the verbs, the intention I'd given to the actors been counter to the words, so that there's subtext, and so that we as an audience are the ones imagining what's happening in that interaction. And so those are some of the things. I do think, the car chase element, this was inspired by Amores Perros, where the car chase scene there, the big car chase scene happens with a lot, camera panning in the car. Of course, Inarritu does this great thing where there's an injured dog, he's bleeding, so already you've upped the stakes. And then we're filming outside. So in that one, there's a lot of handheld stuff inside the car, and then there's handheld stuff looking at the car in the back. But unlike Bullet, right, which is the sort of grandfather of all car chases. They basically block off the street, multiple cameras, multiple angles. You basically have full control. Here, we're basically driving back and forth in Las Virgenes, and we have the car in this tiny, cramped little BMW, and then the production vehicle, which was also the bad people vehicle. We film from that car on certain takes, and so that with the wonderful music of Michael Gonzalez, I feel we kind of accomplished what we were trying to do in this little short film, but we also, for me, saw just so much opportunity to how to improve it. So I hope you enjoy this car chase scene from my short film Carlos Bravo. It inspires you to go and watch the short film, and hey, I hope we all kind of learn from it. So thank you, everyone, and this is Sal Paniagua with Movie Mondays.
You're gonna have to trust me. You keep this thing serviced?
Did Juliet fuck Romeo?
Dad, we're teenagers.
A young girl doesn't kill herself after a few nice words. She had a taste of the café con leche. ¿Me entiendes? This thing is tight as a virgin.
I got it. Okay, Dad, what do these guys even want?
Let's make this more like the Monte Carlo driver training and less of that Paris fiasco.
I thought we loved Paris.
Not the driving.
Yeah. Don't say it. Hey, check it out. You can say it.
Flat tire. Lucky break.